There we go. Oh, gosh. Yes, yes, it's a horror game. We know. This is a love story, everyone. Oh. All right. New game. We're going to do the trolley ending first, I think.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
As always.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Let's see here. I just want to do this first. Actually, no.
Don't mention it. It's all part of the job.
All part of the job. He's so chipper.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Oh, yeah, never.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
And you do. Supposedly he does.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Sometimes I feel like this game is like coming back to an old friend. Like, hey, bro, how you doing? How's life? That's what this feels like. We'll just, yeah, we'll take the blade.
You take
Why
the
not?
blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
I just noticed that when you take the blade, the nice whimsical music stops.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
He always thinks that.
Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Actually, you guys don't need to see my face. It's cutting off the the text, and I don't like that. And if I move it any other place, there's something you guys won't be able to see. So, bye. And here we go.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Have a good stream. Hope to be in sometime soon, Broski Love. Have fun with community night over there, and Broski Love. And I hope to have a good stream as well.
Good. You're still listening to reason.
Hi, Griff.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Thank you for them biddies, Griff. I appreciate you. Let's actually move this up here, I think. Oh, nope, I just moved something I didn't mean to move. Oh well. This one, up here. But yes. Thank you for them biddies. I hope you're having a good night, Griff. We're going for a couple of different endings in this run, so we're going to see if we can get them.
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something? Then drop the knife.
Nah.
We should. It'll go a long way to building trust with her. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. Killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Hmm. I'm gonna tighten my grip. To do what I want to do for this first ending, I need to be a little bit of an asshole. I'm glad that you're doing well, my dude. Tighten my grip.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
Yeah.
So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
You are not the tower mommy, and therefore I do not have to listen to you.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this. Doubt, unfortunately, clouds your thoughts as you attempt to run her through.
I went straight for it, but okay.
Hesitation is all she needed to sidestep your thrust and deliver a catastrophic blow to your jaw. It feels like you've been hit with a sledgehammer. You can feel bone grinding on bone where your jaw has been fractured.
God, that must suck so bad.
Holy shit, that hurts! Though she's unarmed, the shock of that first strike is enough to stagger you, putting you and the princess on somewhat equal footing. Your blade slashes through the air again and again, and her fists connect with your body as many times or more, each impact as heavy as that first bone-crushing hit. We can still turn this around.
Yeah, let's finish the job.
You and the princess stare at each other, both gasping for breath, equally exhausted. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can at least make sure that she won't make it out of here either.
It's so fun making it move a little bit.
Excuse me? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone is still standing right now. Can you not feel all those ruptured organs bouncing around in there? If the princess doesn't do our friend in herself, internal bleeding is certain to finish the job. The two of you clash for the final time. You feel your ribs break as she delivers a heavy blow, but you push through the pain, falling forward and sinking your blade deep into the princess's heart.
I like to imagine he just tripped and it ended up in her chest.
Oh.
The two of you fall to the floor.
This was fun.
The princess gasps, her voice an unhealthy rasp as her lungs start to fill with blood.
You put up more of a fight than I thought you would. But I have to wonder. Do you really think this is the end?
Maybe. Maybe it is.
But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 2, The Adversary. This is where the trolley part comes in.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Turn around and leave.
Can't just leave. We're supposed to fight her. Where are you going?
Wherever I want.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Nope.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
That's what you think.
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever. But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came.
You're welcome.
Something isn't right. can you still hear me? You're supposed to wind up back at the cabin again. But everything is getting fuzzy.
Oh, what? Okay, this hasn't happened before.
What's going on? Where are we?
I mean, I know,
Told
but
you we shouldn't have come here. I told you. But did you listen? No.
we're in the long quiet. The world around you is unwound, its physical matter replaced by a textured nothingness. It is quiet. There is a distant rumbling, a sound of many sounds. Undulations pulse louder as something other comes close. Feelers probe across the fabric of reality. Extremities find your consciousness and wrap themselves around it. You are no longer alone. Resistance. Fingers drag claws across the glass surface of your soul. Frustration. This vessel is full of you. I need something empty I can crawl inside of. I need something shaped like me. Embrace the thought. This is a nightmare. Wake up. It's not. And now we do it
You're
again.
on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Note, you can skip previously seen dialogue by hitting tab on your keyboard. Oh! So I have hit tab. Oh, right, okay. Let's see here. Silently continue to the cabin.
You make your way. A warning. She will.
Oh, okay. Proceed to the cabin. Forgot that I could skip dialogue. That's great. I like how it's just like, hey, by the way, you can do this. Here, we'll just enter the basement. Lie. I'm here to save you.
You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever.
I see. You're trying to get her to lower her guard. It's a gamble, but it might work.
Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
He. His eye.
You
A
walk
bird.
down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
Welcome in, Raiders. Hello, Siphon. How you doing? Hope you were having a good time. What are you playing? Oh, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I have seen that everywhere. It seems like it's so much fun. I have not yet even gotten around to beating Remake, so I am very excited to it. Not doing too bad. We just started streaming not too long ago. We're trying to get 2 different endings for Slay the Princess, which is a really pretty but also kind of interesting horror game.
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Oh, it's a lot of fun. It definitely gets very creepy at some points, but overall it's like an amazing game. To those of you who may not be familiar with me, I am the AngelMithos, and this is my, I am the High Seraph, and this is my Chorus of Angels. We play lots of different video games. We do art sometimes. We used to do it a lot more often, but then life happened. So I do art sometimes too. But yeah, I've been playing some visual novel stuff this past week and figured I'd get in and play some more Slay the Princess, see how many endings I can get.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
Hell is forever, whether you like it or not.
You were lying when you said you were here to rescue her, but regardless of your intentions, breaking her out of those chains would be a big mistake. Don't even try it.
I'll see what I can do.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
She seems just a little bit tired, but otherwise very pretty.
You're making a huge mistake.
I'm gonna check upstairs. Maybe the key's lying around here somewhere.
Okay, I'll be here. Good luck.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Is someone else here?
Hey, let me out of here.
Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. I'll repeat myself once again. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
Yo, Agumon. Thanks for coming in from that raid. I hope you enjoy and have your a good time here in High Heaven. Try the
You
door.
try the door, but it's locked from the outside.
I guess I'm going back to the bottom of the stairs.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to.
Hello, just like the princess's eyes sometimes.
Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely
Oh,
hesitates.
right, I forgot can
raising
get
her
gory,
hand to her
guys.
mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
Let's slay the princess. It's the name of the game, after
Without
all.
hesitation, bring the blade down and plunge it into the princess's back. Fine. The wound drives her to the ground.
Okay. There's no going back now. I'm with you to the end.
You bastard. Were you lying to me this whole time?
The princess pushes away from you, the motion ripping the blade from her back. Wounded, but still alive, she crouches on all fours in the corner of the room and meets your eyes with the ferocity of a cornered predator.
You've made a terrible enemy, and there's nothing in the world that can possibly save you from me.
I thought we had the upper hand, but it's as if she's barely even threatened by us.
It's an act. She's wounded and unarmed. There's nothing she can do to hurt you.
I'm not so sure.
Don't waver now. As you ready your blade to deliver a lethal blow, she lunges at your legs with the same animal ferocity she used to tear at her arm. Your knife cuts into her again and again as you're tackled to the ground, your body racked with pain as she rips into you with tooth and claw.
She was so cute before, right? Still cute now, right, guys?
Forget about trying to rescue her. This is about survival now. Give her everything you've got.
Slay that princess!
Though your nerves are seizing with pain, you know you've done your fair share of damage as well, your blade having left deep gashes in the princess's back. You seize a moment of hesitation to throw her off of you and shakily push yourself back to your knees.
We can still turn this around.
I'm sure we can. Finish the job? Run for the stairs and lock her in the basement. Maybe she'll bleed out.
The princess is still chained to the wall. There's nothing she can do to stop you from getting out of here.
What if she doesn't succumb to her wounds? Whatever she is so much more dangerous than I thought she'd be.
You rush up the stairs and dive past the threshold. You're safe. For now. You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade. Okay, we can make this work. She has an awful wound and we have all the time in the world. Playing jailkeeper for a while might make things a little easier. You settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door. It is
I know you're still there.
See?
Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out? It's not like this little door will hold for very long anyways. It's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
Did you just leave the big-eyed woman in the basement? I did, but to my credit, I stabbed her directly in the back, and she got up like it was no big deal, and now she is banging on the door and sounding rather crazy.
She sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare. As she violently rattles the door, you do your best to shut her out of your mind.
I mean, fair. I wouldn't be very happy if someone stabbed me in the back either.
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did, and I'll never forgive it. You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
It doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker.
Both of her voices sound pretty. You really struck out, Hero. There are some endings that are actually very sweet and rather nice. This is not one of them, but it's okay because we are trying to get an ending that's almost a little bit trolly. You're kind of like edging the main threat.
No, it doesn't.
It's kind of nice. Threaten me all you want. All it does is ease my guilty conscience. Bang on the door all you want. It'll only make you bleed out faster.
Cuts is enough to do me in. I'm not as frail as you think.
You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall. You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. The ruckus has stopped, and the door to the basement is ajar, its lock broken, and the table shoved out of the way.
Oopsie daisy.
Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
Oh dear.
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as though your body simply stops working. It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb, and then your feet, and then your legs. You lie prone on the floor of the cabin, unable to do anything but witness her approach.
Are you questioning my judgment now, Hidden? What do you think now, Hidden?
Whose side are you on? Yours, of course. But I have a duty to uphold the truth. Lying about the facts of the situation doesn't change them.
So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
She steps closer, one silent footfall at a time, cocking her head in curiosity as you feel your organs shutting down one by one.
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little green around the gills. What a shame. If you'd only helped me get out of here, we could have done such wonderful things together.
Your lungs stop drawing in breath, and your heart freezes in your chest. You have seconds left.
What do you think now, Hidden?
I'd say better luck next time. But we both know this is the end, don't we?
It can't be. This can't actually be how everything ends. I'm sorry, but it is.
You're swooning. I mean, who wouldn't want to get with a princess that's that's from the Isle of Innsmouth?
Everything goes dark, and you die. You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Princess Demon Ghost is marriage material. Some of these princesses that you end up seeing are there is one that literally she's just like, okay, you can kneel now, and it is God, I love that princess.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
And to be fair, the nightmare actually is rather cute. But we're not going to deal with that. Nope.
I was worried you might fall for his shit again, but this is good. Whatever answers there are to be found, they aren't here, and they definitely aren't there.
Oh, the voice of the paranoid. Hello.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Only thing that matters is where I'm not going. The cabin. I'm not going to the cabin.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
Yeah, no.
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
I don't care what you think.
Fine. You turn around and trek back down the path you came.
Wait, something isn't right. Can you still hear me? You're supposed to wind up back at the cabin again. But everything is getting fuzzy. What's going on? Where are we? It's finally happened, hasn't it? We finally cracked.
Oh, what is that weird breathing? The world around you is unwound, its physical matter replaced by a textured nothing. It is quiet. You have been here before. Memory returns. There's a distant rumbling, a sound of many sounds. Undulations pulse louder as something other comes close. That which dwells in the empty spaces contracts across the edges of your mind again. She is furious. Betrayal. Every door you close on me is a door you close on yourself. Do you want to linger here, entwined with a creature you taught to hate you forever? Eternity never ends. Cold spite. Our infinities shrink into something less. I hate you, 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 I hate you! Anger, why have you come back? I'm gonna keep doing that!
Path in the woods. And at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Yep, and we'll be nice to her this time.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
However, there is an ad that starts in a few seconds, so let's just skip for a second. I am glad to see that you are having at least a little bit of a good time hidden. Hopefully I'll be able to show off some of the cooler princesses. There are quite a few of them, and I recently learned that this game is going to be getting a patch update, or like a DLC or something, where it makes the game 25% longer, and I think it adds more princesses and more voices. And I think it has a couple more endings that you're going to be able to get as well. So I'm pretty excited. This game came out in October, but it had been in pre-production for a real long time. So I'm rather happy with it. Okay. Hopefully everyone's back from the ad break. I'm not sure if it's still going on or not. Let me see here. Take a look. Is the ad still going on? Oh, the fuck? Why is the ad taking 1,000,000 years? That's so dumb. Well, I don't want anyone to miss out on all the good stuff. So someone tell me when the ads are over, if you possibly could. Would be greatly appreciated. Okay, well, I certainly hope that it isn't horrible. Let's keep going. Let me see here. I think there's one that says Viva la Revolucion. So I'm gonna... Here it is. Sweet, I've always wanted to off a monarch. Viva la Revolucion.
That's the spirit.
Yeah!
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Yeah.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
You sure about that?
interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
I love this voice actor so much, man. Like, honestly, he did so good in the Magnus Archives, and then he's in this too. It's great.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Let's go into that basement! We've gotta temporarily kill a
The door to the
princess, and
basement
then
creaks open,
we're cucking the
revealing a
weird voice
staircase
hands.
faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Gaslighting princess. Just checking in on ya.
It's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
Focus.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Let's just steal our nerves and step forward.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
And then we didn't end it. We're just gonna... We can go straight for it, right?
You lunge forward without a
Oh.
moment's hesitation.
She looks so scared.
You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Oh. This is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder, do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
It's like she's convinced she can't die. Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago. That arrogant look still plastered on her face. But is it over? Really over?
Not sure. I feel like she has to have some kind of trick up her
It's
sleeve.
over. You could check her sleeves if you want, but I can assure you that there's nothing hidden up there.
They're just puff sleeve. What would she even hide in there? A Cheeto?
We should make sure. What's the harm in checking for a pulse?
Don't do it,
I
bro.
really don't think you should do that.
And why shouldn't we? Is there something you're not telling us?
I've told you everything that's happened with complete accuracy. The princess is dead. Your blade pierced her heart. There's no coming back from that.
You're right. She's dead. Let's just get out of here.
Yes, exactly. It's over.
Bye.
With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. Why do I feel like we've done something terrible? You did kill someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad. But it was for the greater good. One of these days that will sink in and help ease your guilty conscience. But that day isn't today. Let's just get out of here.
Leave, please.
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom.
Only a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away. What happened? Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry. You'll be safe here. This is good. Everyone is happy. You'll be happy.
You sure about that? It's bullshit. Let me out. I was kind of hoping I'd get a better ending for saving the
This
world.
isn't an ending. In fact, now that the princess has been slain, endings are a thing of the past. No. This is the beginning of eternity. Your reward. This is what's best for everyone. Trust me.
I really don't, actually.
Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days or months or years or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier. Psst. Hey, we're not just gonna stay here forever, right?
Absolutely not.
I do, but you're probably not going to like it. The blade. We can use the blade to get out of this. I can hear everything you say, little voice. There's only one thing it would want you to use that blade on, and I'm afraid that thing is you, dear hero. He's right. It's the only way out. Do you hear that? It wants to take this happiness away from you. It wants this wonderful place to end.
Yeah, let's.
Do you
Yeah.
know? There's more for us to do, and the only way for us to do it is to take that blade and use it. Don't you dare.
Wouldn't using the blade, kill us? Wouldn't we be dead? Yeah. Anything to get out of this hell.
Thank you. I made this happy little place for you. Is this not a good enough reward for saving the world? An eternity of bliss? You ingrate?
Yeah, I'm in a house in the middle of literally nothing with a corpse in the basement. Not exactly what I'd consider eternity of bliss.
Fine. Whatever. For the first time since time stopped meaning anything, you throw open the door to the basement and walk down the stairs. The princess's body is dust and bones, though the blade you used to slay her is still as pristine as the day you first held it. You pick up the blade, you stab yourself, and you die. The end. Nice knowing you.
Yeah, nice knowing you too, jerk. Oh, that's the way you get the specter. Okay.
You're on a path. You're here to...
Yeah, turn around and leave.
Do you think there's something else out there? Alright. Let's see what we can find. It's bound to be more interesting than doing the same thing over again.
Indeed.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Yes, I definitely know where I'm going.
Somehow I doubt that, but fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all. Oh, how quaint. He really wants us to go in there, doesn't he?
Yeah, but he's also a bitch. Turn around again and leave
Really
again.
keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably
Just yours.
selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever. But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came.
Wait, something isn't right. Can you still hear me? You're supposed to wind up back at the cabin again. But everything is getting fuzzy.
Hi, narrator.
What's going on? Where are we? I don't know, but it feels like home.
Ooh, interesting. I don't think I've ever heard that being said before. The world around you is unwound, its physical matter replaced by a textured nothing. It is quiet. You have been here before, memory returns. There's a distant rumbling, a sound of many sounds. Undulations pulse louder as something other comes close. Desperate pleas. I do not hate you. I'm sorry I said I hate you. I do not have to hate you. We can still leave this place together. An offering. We can be friends. Ecstasy. You are elated. You have never felt more elated than you feel right now. Everything is good. You cannot remember what it is like to feel anything other than euphoric joy. A reminder. We can be worse than enemies. Agony. You are torn into a million pieces and you feel pain in each of them. You have never felt more miserable than you feel right now. You cannot remember what it is like to feel anything other than anguish. Mercy. You are elated again. You've never felt more elated than you feel right now. In contrast to the agony you've suffered, this elation is better than all of the other elation you've experienced. Round eyes looking up at you. I need vessels so that I can be finished. I cannot find them on my own, for they are me. You are the only one who can do this. You are our only salvation. Bargaining. What can I do to make you stop? Nothing!
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
He's a princess. Sorry, I'm also eating nuggies while I murder princesses, so don't mind me.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Yeah, nothing can make me stop, Griff. Can't stop, won't stop. At least not for this run.
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will not. The interior of the cabin, the blade is your.
Let's just go ahead and enter the basement. We won't take the blade this time.
The door.
Let's see here. Just checking in on you.
It's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be of threat to anyone?
I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
Your wish is my command, ma'am.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I won't betray you this time.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Fair. And if there isn't a key, do you have any other ideas?
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance.
If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free.
The
You
empathy.
attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Is someone else here?
Return to the bottom of the stairs.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's
Yeah.
a slight panic rise.
If I could just get out of these chains.
Here, well, we're just gonna skip that. Here, we'll save the princess this time.
Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh.
The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm.
Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit.
It's so ragged. Like, I feel like if the blade is really as sharp as they were saying it is, it shouldn't be that ragged of a cut, but
She
whatever.
didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal.
No, she didn't.
She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
She's completely fine with the prospect of only having one hand.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world.
The narrator is corrupt.
As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that.
Watch me.
What are you doing?
I wonder what happens if I do click any of these. I mean, I've come this far. Like, I could warn her and then just kill her. I don't like the narrator, but I don't know what this does. I mean, obviously, it says exactly what it does, but like...
Okay, there's no going back now. I'm with you to the end.
You bring the blade down to strike at the princess's heart. But she's fast.
Oh!
She ducks to the floor, your blade narrowly grazing her backside. Slaying her won't be easy now that she's free.
We could have gotten out of here together. Were you just lying to me this whole time? I don't know what's come over you, but if I have to kill you, then I'll kill you. Do you think I need both of my arms to do that?
She pounces on you with the same
Huh.
animal ferocity she used to tear through her arm.
Okay. That's only slightly different.
You raise the blade, digging it under her ribs, aiming directly for the heart. It's not enough to stop her.
Pick your
You
teeth.
feel her claws in your throat, then her teeth, somehow sharp enough to pull apart your flesh and sinew with ease.
She had a little bit of blood on her teeth. I cleaned it out with the blade, though.
You collapse to the floor, your body unresponsive as your blood pools on the ground beneath you. She stares down at your ravaged form, eyes shining in the darkness, dress stained in red as her blood and yours both seep into the fabric. If we're lucky, the wound you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, it will kill her before she can reach the outside world.
It can't just end like this, right?
As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. I'm sorry, but it's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Yeah. It's okay. We won't have to deal with the cutie witch. Not for this run.
You're here to slay her.
We are immediately just...
Well,
Bye!
boss,
Fortuitous, I miss
seriously?
him!
You're just...
Let me me see here. Quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
They are the best thing in all of fantasy, and I will tell you straight up, the witch princess in this is super fucking cute. In this particular rung, however, we are trying to get an ending that is kind of trolly. We're making whatever is behind this go through the 5 stages of grief quite literally. I want to see what happens when you do that.
That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
Oh my god, how toxic. I know. I know. I can't help myself though. I just love gaslighting the fuck out of myself.
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever. But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came.
Wait, something isn't right. Can you still hear me? You're supposed to wind up back at the cabin again. But everything is getting What's going on? Where are we? I like it. Seems like it's got great acoustics.
Damn it, opportunist, I love you so much. I regret my decision if not to have heard that lovely voice. The world around you is unwound, its physical matter replaced by a textured nothing. It is quiet. You've been here before. Memory returns. There's a distant rumbling, a sound of many sounds. Undulations pulse louder as something other comes close. Hello again, hands. Dejection. Feelers limp against your soul. Why? Long silence. A hollow heart. I don't want to see you. Depression. You don't know what you're doing. I don't. Aside from making you go through the 5 stages of grief.
And at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah?
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Oh, goodness. Okay, let's just be like Silent Killer run this time around.
Seriously? You're just going to...
This is all the same. Oh, I didn't mean to do that one. Princess. Ugh.
The whole world owes you a debt of gratitude. Really.
I was gonna do Silent Killer and then I accidentally pressed the wrong one.
You make your way.
Proceed to the cabin. And then we're gonna pick up that blade and we're just gonna stabby stab stab.
The interior...
Take the blade. See, the thing is, you would have absolutely loved the damsel hidden because she's very cute and very sweet. Continue down the stairs.
Still listening to reason.
Steal your nerves and step
You step
forward. Slay the princess.
You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation.
Oh, I can't do that one too. Of course not. That was way too easy.
Over. Don't get all worked up. We should make sure. What's the harm in checking for a pulse? I really don't think you should do that. And why shouldn't we? Is there something you're not telling us? I've told you everything that's happened with complete accuracy. The princess is dead. Your blade pierced her heart. There's no coming back from that.
I guess we're checking for a pulse.
You lean down and place your hand against her neck, holding your breath as you search for a pulse, even though you know you're not going to find one.
This particular picture of her face is really, really pretty. I like that composition.
We definitely won't if you keep talking. I'm sorry, do you want her to be alive? You just saved the entire world from annihilation. Why are you suddenly trying to call that into question?
Oh.
Wait, what was that?
Oh shit.
You know what that was. That was the sound of a heartbeat, followed by another, and another.
I guess I won't be dying alone after all.
Something sharp
Oof.
digs into your side, the shock of it sending your nerves into a pained frenzy. Quick, let's get out of here. It's too late for that now. You
Oh.
collapse to the ground as the mortally wounded princess twists a blade of her own deeper between your ribs. As you fall, she falls with you, exhausted by the effort, the little life that was left in her eyes fading rapidly.
An eye for an eye. A life for a life. I guess we're even now. See you around.
You were so close. Why did you hesitate? It doesn't matter. At least you managed to take her with you, for whatever that's worth. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Oh, the Razor. I'm very glad I don't have to deal with her.
You're on a path. You're here.
Yep. Bye.
And away we go. Good call.
Away we go.
Seriously?
Nope.
Fine. I suppose you
Turn around and leave
really
again.
keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask
That
me.
son of a bitch flipped over the
Outright
table,
the
didn't he?
stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like,
He's
dies,
still
that
talking.
is.
The world around you is unwound, its physical matter replaced by a textured nothing. It is quiet. You've been here before. Memory returns. There's a distant rumbling, a sound of many sounds. Undulations pulse louder as something other comes close. Hello again, hands. The feelers hold you in, a gentle caress. Resignation. I cannot stop you, but our spool is nearly taut. A warning. If you come here again, we will be here forever. Woohoo! Acceptance! This is it! Last time, ladies and gents! Silent killer time. Oh, goodness. Take the blade. Enter the basement.
The door? Good.
Continue down the
You're still
stairs.
listening to reason.
Step forward. Oh, I have to drop the blade.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Talk.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed.
I mean, to be fair, narrator, I did try to just stab her, but it wouldn't let
You'll
me.
be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
Mm-hmm.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Indeed. Okay, we've talked enough.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
She doesn't even question it. She's like, what an awkward start to a relationship. Bye. I'm okay.
You know why you're here.
Slay the princess.
Doubt, unfortunately, clouds your thoughts as you attempt to run her through. A moment of distraction and hesitation is all she needed to sidestep your thrust and deliver a catastrophic blow to your jaw. It feels like you've been hit with a sledgehammer. You can feel bone grinding on bone where your jaw has been fractured. Holy shit, that hurt! Though she's unarmed, the shock of that first strike is enough to stagger you, putting you and the princess on somewhat equal footing. Your blade slashes through the air again and again, and her fists connect with your body as many times or more, each impact as heavy as that first bone-crushing hit. We can still turn this around.
We can still turn this around. Give up.
Are you serious? As internal bleeding sets in, the blade falls from your trembling hands, clattering to the ground uselessly. You lacked the will to finish the job, your bruised and broken body falling to its knees before her. The princess, exhausted, chest heaving with heavy breaths, tosses the blade away from you.
This is the end, isn't it?
I do believe so, my man.
Is this really the best you could do? Look at you. Completely broken. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little disappointed.
She plants her foot
Oh.
on your chest and pushes you onto your back, the air leaving your lungs in a heavy puff. And then she brings her knee to your throat.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'm not so disappointed by this ending after
She
all.
leans into it with the kind of weight you didn't think her slight frame could possibly possess, shattering your windpipe and leaving you starved for breath.
You already had me starved for breath before, but I mean, I'm literally breathless now.
It's too bad. I was looking forward to some company.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Now, what does that unlock? The tower. Of course, it would unlock the tower.
You're on a path in the woods,
I
and at the end
I
of that
want to show
path
you Dami
is
Mommy
a
so
cabin.
bad, but I want to
In
get
the
this
basement
ending.
of that cabin is a princess.
Whatever is about to happen is the ending that one of the first endings that I want. I want to get 2 of them this stream. So we'll have to do Dami Mommy next round for
You're
realsies. Here.
You're
Bye.
right. We should just leave. There's nothing we can do to stop her, so we might as well enjoy what little time we have left. Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Let's see. No, not okay, fine. She's pretty okay with the world ending. I relish the coming of a new dawn beyond our own. We can walk the opposite direction now.
There won't be a new dawn if the world ends. There'll just be nothing forever.
I'm okay with that.
Fine.
I'm a
Suppose
nihilist,
you just
apparently.
quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin.
Huh.
Convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
Yeah, no, bye.
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever. But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came.
Wait, something isn't right. Can you still hear me? You're supposed to wind up back at the cabin again. But everything is getting fuzzy.
What's gonna happen this time?
Where are we?
I'm so interested.
We're dead, obviously.
The world around you is unwound, its physical matter replaced by a textured nothing. It is quiet. You've been here before. Memory returns. There's a distant rumbling, a sound of many sounds. Undulations pulse louder as something other comes close. Hello again, Hans. I'm sorry to have disappointed you. Oblivion! The many feelers pull your shape into something formless. You have made a decision. It is the wrong one. I love you. What? What happened? You are bliss, joy and understanding everywhere at once. Your soul threatens to fade away. I love you. You are agony, a numbing arm, a parched throat, an open wound. Your soul forced back into existence. I love you. You are bliss, joy and understanding everywhere at once. Your soul threatens to fade away. I love you. You are agony, a numbing arm, a parched throat, an open wound. Your soul is forced back into existence. I love you. Does this just loop forever? You are bliss, joy and understanding everywhere at once. Your soul threatens to fade away. I love you. Okay, I feel like it's just looping through this. Oh, okay. Exist or consciousness fades away. Exist? Oh, okay, so it just continues to loop. Consciousness fades away. And just as you were once nothing, so have you become nothing once again. Goddamn! Never ending story! No, sorry. Never ending story! Ah, never ending story! Ah. Okay, well, I got that ending. Happy with that.